Alright, guys, let us get this out of the way. We all know why you're trying to get the Roxor. That was just a joke. Fell flat on the face. Anyways, today we are making a short video to talk about how to get your Roxor street legal. And then we'll mention a few places where we think they are friendly to the UTVs. But of course, like the former head of Mahindra Automotive North America said, the Roxor is based off of the Jeep CJ platform, but it was, the way it evolved when they were producing it in India. So it's just a continuation of that tradition. However, bear in mind that this is considerably larger than the Jeep CJ. To begin with, the length, the wheelbase, all of that is considerably larger than the CJ. The CJ might look bigger and more impressive because most of the time you would hardly see a CJ which is stock. Most of them have had lift kits installed with bigger tires, so they look more impressive and bigger in person compared to a stock Roxor. But if you actually measure the dimensions of the body itself and the drivetrain, you will find out that the Roxor is completely and much larger than a Jeep CJ. Now, without out of the way, let's continue. I live in North Dakota, so I will talk specifically about how you go about getting these on the road here in North Dakota. And I'm not saying, trying to say you register this as a Jeep CJ or you swap out the VIN. I believe those are all illegal. But here in North Dakota, there is quite a bit of latitude you can take because it's so agricultural, and many people travel on the dirt roads to go from one part of town to another, or to go into town to get groceries. So here we have three classes of off-road vehicles in North Dakota. You have the class 1, which will be the motorcycles and the dirt bikes. You have the class 2, which would be your ATVs, and then you have the class 3, which would be your UTVs and side-by-sides, just like the Mahindra Roxor that I have here. So registration typically would be spanned from January 1st to December 31st, and it's usually $20, and that would run about 2 years. So you buy the registration for the off-road vehicle and it will last for 2 years. Mine is currently registered, of course, as an off-road vehicle. So non-residents of North Dakota could also bring their side-by-sides and off-road vehicles, and while you enjoy the privilege of using it in North Dakota, you have to pay a registration fee, which is about $10 a year for the permit. Now, for your off-road vehicle to qualify to be used on public roads, there are certain requirements and some equipment that have to be installed on the vehicle for that to happen. So the first thing that we're going to talk is that it's going to need at least one headlamp. You will need a horn. You will need a tail lamp. You will need a functioning speedometer. You will need at least one brake light, at least one mirror, and a minimum engine displacement of 350 cc's. So those are the basic requirements to get your vehicle on the road in North Dakota. Now, the next thing obviously that we're going to talk about is where can you actually operate your off-road vehicle in North Dakota. Again, mind you, we're just putting a blanket term, how to get your Roxor street legal. So this is not like a one size fits all. It will be on a per case basis. So take the nuggets, take the bits and pieces you need from this video and apply it to your case as necessary. But I'm speaking specifically here about North Dakota. So where can you operate your vehicle? Well, you can operate the vehicle once it's registered and everything on paved highways posted with less than 55 miles per hour speed limit. So that has to be posted. It's not the speed at which you're operating the vehicle that matters. It's that on any highway in the state of North Dakota where the posted speed limit is less than 55 miles per hour, you can operate the vehicle. Now there's another level of latitude with which you can operate a vehicle. You can go as high as 65 miles per hour in the state of North Dakota, provided you have a valid driver's license and you're 18 years or older. So actually with the Roxor, you can take it on roads posted up to 65 miles per hour. But you have to be at least 18 years old and you have to have a valid driver's license. 55 miles per hour, that applies for anyone 12 years and above who can operate vehicles in North Dakota. So you are 12-year-old, 13-year-old, they can operate on roads posted up to 55 miles per hour. Now let's say you are 18 years and above and you are getting on a road posted 65 miles per hour. Well, you have to demonstrate that your off-road vehicle, that's your Roxor or whatever you have, can at least get up to 30 miles per hour. So if your vehicle cannot put out, cannot run up to 30 miles an hour, you have no business being on that road posted 65 miles per hour. So you will not be allowed on that road, or you will be breaking the regulations. Okay, let's say the road is posted 70 miles per hour. Well, North Dakota law actually allows you to operate on the outside slope of highways. So if you go like on Google Maps and look at the city of Minot, just the highways around there, you will see trails that run alongside the highway where people operate side-by-sides, ATVs and other off-road vehicles. The reason being that the main roads coming into Minot all posted 70 miles per hour, so you cannot legally get on those roads. So the guys ride on the side of the road on the outside slope. So let me show you here. We have the little road here coming into town. So if you were to follow that rule, where you would be operating would not be on that side, it would actually be on this side of the road. So you leave the side where you have the highway itself, where you can deteriorate the road, and then you come on the other side, and this is where you are allowed to operate the road, your off-road vehicle. Okay, let's continue here. You can also operate your off-road vehicle on gravel and loose surface roads or highways. You know, most of the time once you have gravel, the posted limit is usually about 45. Rarely will it exceed 55. So you are allowed to operate your off-road vehicle on such roads in North Dakota. You can also operate your vehicle on private lands provided you have permission. You also have a couple of designated off-road vehicle, off-highway vehicle trails here in North Dakota. We don't have many. I think there's just about 5, and they all tend to be either to the south, or they said like 3 in the northernmost part of the state, close to Canada. Otherwise, Minnesota and I think Montana, they have tons and tons of trails. All right, so there's some additional requirements. So let's say you're age 12, you will need to wear helmets if you're operating off-road vehicles. You're also expected to obey all traffic rules and regulations. And finally, you are supposed to carry liability insurance. So that pretty much summarizes what you need to legally operate the vehicle like this in the state of North Dakota. But of course, even though the requirement talks of one headlight, they are just making like a blanket regulation, I think. I'm just trying to second guess the legislators here, where somebody could have a smaller, like the smaller plastic size UTVs. Some of those, they actually, you could just put one headlight and you're good to go. But I think common sense would require for anything like the Roxor to have 2 functioning headlights, to have a windshield with wiper, to have speedometer, so you can see how fast you are going, to also have brake lights, and finally to have your tag, and if possible at night, have it lighted. So that would be what you would at least expect. There are further regulations speaking about like the exhaust system, the bumpers, all of which of course the Roxor has. And yeah, so I just thought I should talk a little bit about getting your Roxor street legal. Florida seems to be another friendly state. Arizona, I think also, they're very friendly to side-by-sides because you have many golf carts sold in those states for the communities where you have people of a certain age. Anyways, thanks for watching this other installment of a Roxor video, and I think today I should be going for a nice ride. It's quite hot, so I have my windshield up. You're not supposed to operate it like this, but well, thanks for watching.